booking appointments. So in the last video, we already talked about starting those conversations with the new leads that are coming into your page on a daily basis. But now we want to jump more into transitioning from that conversation to actually setting the appointment and booking that call where you can actually get on there, talk about the specifics of what you do, make sure it's a good fit to help this person with your services, and so on. So there's three main keys to this, and we're starting at the top by acknowledging their pain point. So we want to summarize the issue that they've mentioned. So like we talked about in that previous video, we want to make sure that the conversations are based around them, the pain points that they have, the things that they're struggling with, versus just hitting them with what your services are right at the gate. Because again, people want to have their problems solved, and they don't necessarily want to hear what the specifics of what you do right off the bat. They want to make sure that you are the one that can actually solve their problem for them. So step one is just acknowledging their pain point first. Next, we want to provide a quick solution. So we want to offer that straightforward path that they can see clearly, okay, what it is that you offer is going to help solve the problem that I have. And the way you can do that is through your content as well. So once they land on your page, like we talked about, they're going to be looking at your content and seeing, have you worked with other people? Do you have any testimonials? Do you have any case studies of other clients that have gotten results with you? So make sure to have all that stuff on your profile as well, but also providing that path for them in the messages, right? So we're talking about what their pain point is, and then we're being able to show them, hey, look, we can provide a quick solution to alleviate this problem for you. And we'll get into examples further towards the bottom here. But the last step here in step 3 is just providing the call to action. So you want to actually ask and invite them to schedule that call. So and make sure that's easy and valuable for them. So what we're going to talk about in the additional tips here, we'll touch on this as well, but really try to focus on the value that you're providing to them versus making it salesy or making it sound like, oh yeah, I just want to, get the sale from you. It's like, try to shift the focus to more so about how it is that you help them, how you resolve the problem for them, and just make it all about them, right? That's ultimately what we want to do here. So a couple tips, just be casual and helpful. So the tone is a really big thing, and especially when it comes to these messages, because you're going to be typing back and forth, it can be tricky to change your tone in a message, right? So feel free to throw some voice messages in there, because that just allows a lot easier tone to come across whenever you're communicating with someone. So try to make it helpful, right? Not very salesy like we talked about, and focus on the value. That's really the huge thing. So you want to emphasize how getting on a call with them is going to help them solve their specific problem. So again, instead of positioning it as, oh yeah, let's have a sales call where I can, tell you how much it costs and what it's going to look like. Instead of that, try to reframe it more around, okay, let's get on this call together. We can walk through the specifics of the problem that you're having, and then we can lay out a plan to show you exactly how we can help overcome that problem, right? So just changing the shift and making sure that it's focused on the value that they're going to receive. Also using apps like Calendly, so I'm sure you've already heard about this. It's just going to streamline that booking process, and it's going to make the scheduling easier for both parties. So when you're using something like Calendly or even like a Google Calendar link, you can just send your lead or send your prospect that actual calendar with all of the open time slots that you already have. That way they can be able to go on their end and see, okay, look, they're available at this time, this day, and it's easier for them versus the back and forth of, oh, can you do this time? Can you do this day? And it's just a constant back and forth. So using some of these apps and some of these other tools will just make it easier for both parties. Lastly is just be responsive and follow up. So again, if they haven't scheduled right away, just follow up with a simple reminder, right? And again, make sure that you make the focus about them. Hey, look, were you still struggling with this problem? Like, oh, look, I know I haven't heard from you in a little while. Just wanted to make sure you got the problem solved, right? Like, just try to make it, again, about the problem that they're having and positioning yourself as the one who can help resolve that for them. So we'll jump into some examples here, and like I mentioned before, these are just examples. Don't feel like you should copy these word for word. Just make it more relevant to you, to your business, and whoever your ideal customer is. These are just for the sake of example. So again, initial follow-up DM after they already follow your business. You can just send a brief message, right? Start a conversation. Look, I saw you checked out our video about mold remediation, right? And I wanted to reach out. Are you currently looking for help with this? Or Are you just interested in the content? Like something along those lines, like just a basic question just to see where their interest is. Then you can progress to if they mention that pain point, right? So in the mold remediation issue, okay, great, I got it. I know a lot of people around here face that same issue when it comes to mold in their house, right? I'd love to show you how we can make this process smoother for you without the stress. And then we're going for the ask. Would you be open to a quick call where we can meet and just chat about how we can solve this for you? And then here, right, using the tools, I can send you my calendar link. So that way they can see on their end, oh wow, yeah, I just want to talk about how we can solve this problem. Sure, I'll take a look at the calendar, boom, on to the next one. But let's say here you have to engage a little more and see what kind of interest they have. You can even just, again, acknowledge them, whatever they say, so I hear you, and then on to the next comment. So a lot of homeowners feel the same way when they first find us. The good news is we have a solution that's really effective for people in our area. So this is in the instance that maybe they're doubtful, right? Like they might say, oh, like I don't know about it, I'm thinking about it, blah, blah, blah. This kind of will reassure them and tell them, well, hey, look, a lot of homeowners we talk to have felt the same way, and we were also able to help them. So if you'd like, we could just jump on a quick call. I can kind of walk you through how we've helped other people that are just like you, what time would work best for you this week. So just a way to progress it, move forward. Again, if they've expressed that they're interested, maybe there's a little bit of doubt there, but you just having that reassurance and that confidence and letting them know like, oh yeah, this is totally common. A lot of the homeowners we talk to experience the same sort of thing, and we've been able to help all of them the same way. So that's that, booking the appointment here. Step 4, just make it easy for them to schedule. So again, look, we've got this simple online booking tool, boom, send them the link, they can book in on their own. It just makes things easier for everybody. And then the last 2 steps here is just confirming the appointment and then reminding them before the call. So confirming is just, all right, perfect, I see you booked for this time, this day. Hey, looking forward to our chat. If you have any questions before then, let me know. Otherwise, we'll talk soon. And then this is important. You want to make sure, I know here it says before the call, like the day before. So it's saying, hey, just wanted to send you a quick reminder. We're chatting tomorrow at this time. What I found works best even is the morning of. So even like before you start your day, say 8, 9 o'clock, just go through your calendar, look at all the calls that you have booked for that day, and just send a quick message to everybody. Hey, look, I just, I'm looking forward to talking, later today at 10 a.m., right? If anything changes or you need to reschedule, just let me know. Can't wait to talk. So it's a simple way just to remind them the day of, that morning of, because people are most likely to see their phones in the morning before they start their day as well. So just sending them that message, having that little reminder at the beginning of their day is going to help make sure that they show up to the call, right? Because you want your show up rates to be as high as possible, of course. And lastly, some final thoughts. I know you already know this as well. Keep it low pressure and focus on their needs, right? That's something we try to really focus on is their needs versus, hey, look, I need the sale. Like, I need you to get on the call. I need you to show up. That's not how we want to approach it, right? We want to approach it with the value first and letting them know that we can help them solve the problem. Next is just making scheduling as easy as possible for them, and you can do this by using tools like Calendly. It just streamlines everything, makes it easier for both ends, honestly. And then always following up to confirm and remind them about the appointment. This is huge, right? And if you're using your KPI tracker, like we'll talk about later on, you'll notice you can track your actual show up rate for your calls. If you notice that it's dropping off, it's getting far below 50, 25%, even lower than that, you want to make sure you're implementing things like this to help improve that. So following up, confirming the morning of, and making sure that they're ready and excited to get on the call and learn more about how you can help them. So again, just by using these scripts, you can help transition your DM conversations into those booked appointments, which is our ultimate goal, while still focusing on providing value to the customer. So all this can be done through the DMs. It's pretty cool what you can do with your content. So try this out. Let me know if you have any questions. Shoot me a message.